You've asked to speak on raised concerns regarding the sale of council-owned plots of land.
Yes,
You've got about 4 minutes.
okay. The form is to raise concern and ask questions. That's the guidance that's on the website. The reason I'm here, as you say, is to raise concerns over how the council is disposing of council-owned land. Now, I'm not talking about land which the council has bought on a commercial basis, one way or the other. I'm talking about land which has been bequeathed to it in the past. The council has received it for nothing. There seems to be a policy of like a slimy slicing of land, bits here, bits there, for the council to dispose of the land. But in doing so, what they're doing is avoiding any consultation with residents of the ward and of people affected nearest to the land. That way, the land can then be disposed of and sold, and it becomes a planning issue then. And any problems that there might be are civil matters, because the council will have sidestepped the consultation process. And specifically, there is something on the agenda tonight which is doing that very thing. And when I saw this, I went to the house nearest to where this land was and spoke to Mrs. Walton, who said she'd heard nothing about this at all, and she's going to be the one who's affected by this land being disposed of. It could have been brought up at an area forum. That's what area forums are for. So these things can be out in the open, people can raise concerns with their ward councillor, and the ward councillor can then bring the matters to this type of forum. But if this isn't done, then you will be making decisions based on limited information, and having read through these could affect any decision that's made. For example, there's no consultation, it's not been to the area forum. The alternatives that are in this item, which is up for discussion, it's quite clear there's been no consultation, because I can think of two things off the top of my head which would be ideal for this land rather than to dispose it. It's right next to a library. It's a mature copse of land, tied in with the education of youngsters in the school nearby and all schools. It's perfect. The council could use it for that in conjunction with the library. It doesn't need to be sold off. There's no mention about there being any tree preservation orders, which I believe there are. That's what Mrs. Walton told me. And also, there's funding available to do things to it. Just 50 yards down the road, there's £70,000 of Section 106 money for the developments on Ings Lane, which could be used to develop that land for the benefit of the people, children, and of the area in general. And if the council, and I've never met you before yesterday, I don't know if the council are insisting on selling it, then why not just give it to the house nearest to it? That would benefit from it. Put restrictive covenants on it, so nothing could be built on it. The council have done similar things in the past with Rochdale Borough Housing, giving tens of thousands of square metres away to them. So why not do it for people affected by if the land really isn't needed?
Okay, I'll take your comments on board. There are two items disposal of land. We do that on a regular basis at this committee, and we look to the officers to give us the correct information. And what you say is not accurate, because I know two areas in Rochdale that the residents have argued that they could be used for something else. So.
Can I just say though, the residents couldn't argue anything, because until Mr. Faulkner arrived at my home last night about 6 o'clock and just said, was I aware that this meeting was happening today? Which of course I wasn't. I wouldn't have had any idea that this was going to be happening. And we've lived in the house for almost 14 years, and we have constantly lived in a building site due to land being sold off. Actually, one of the developments that has been done was beneficial, far more beneficial than what was there before. But the pile driving that goes along with the land that's extremely sodden, wet, old peat bogs, old ponds, whatever you want to find there has been there. The pile driving caused, I don't know, months and months of inconvenience for us with our house literally shaking, and this wasn't right up to our house like this is going to be. And this idea that you can just give it to property developers or they can buy it and then it becomes their problem and our problem is appalling. My family have been in Rochdale for over 500 years. I expect to be asked. That's my point.
Okay, I don't know what the criteria is for informing residents that we are selling various plots of land. But when it comes up, I'm sure that question will be asked. And we'll see where we go from there.
Thank you. Okay. That's what we have councillors for.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
That's a fault. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.